Good evening and welcome into Arena Roberto Duran in Panama City, Panama for tonight's Basketball Champions League America's Group B matchup between Toros de Chiriquí of Panama and Boca Juniors of Argentina. Alongside Andrew Hunt, I'm Craig Beta, and we're so glad you can be with us tonight. Wherever you're watching from around the Americas or around the world, in the USA on FanDuel TV, North America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL Americas YouTube channel and Courtside 1891. Andrew, Boca comes into this one after giving up 96 points to Flamengo last night, but that doesn't exactly put them in exclusive company, as Toros gave up 96 to Flamengo 2 nights ago. Boca is going to have to shake that off and realize they can punch their ticket to the quarterfinals with a win tonight, and with a veteran lineup, they are in prime position to do just that.
Yeah, that's right. With Thomas Cooper, we saw him playing against Flamengo. Had a pretty good night, obviously, in the loss, but he got things kind of started. We were both mentioning him quite a bit. I also think that Andres Embarguin has a unique opportunity here to showcase his talents that he didn't really get a chance to do against Flamengo. So I see those two folks, along with the rest of the Boca team, really, I think they're going to seal the deal this evening to solidify their spot in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, Bargwin had been having a great tournament. He put up 20 points in December against Flamengo, 18 against Toros, and then last night against Flamengo, just 2. Of course, Boca was down big early, so they had to try to shoot their way out of it, and they couldn't do that with the big man in the game. Toros de Chiriquí, meanwhile, still looking to get their first win in BCL America's play, and this their first time in this event. They brought back Panamanian legend Michael Hicks, and he put up 14 points in his first outing against Flamengo the other night. He was helped out by the exciting young Joshua Lemon, but Joshua Chambers needs more production up and down the lineup if they are going to secure their first win.
Yeah, and you mentioned Joshua Lemon. Like I say, I'm not super confident I have Boca winning this one, but I expect if Toros de Chiriquí is to pull one out, we'll see some exciting plays from the young fella, and I'm excited for either of those prospects.
Saw the starting lineup for Boca just a moment ago, and head coach Gonzalo Perez, Jose Vildosa, the captain, with Marcos Delia, Sebastian Vega, Martin Cuello, and Franco Giorgetti, a very veteran team for Boca and Gonzalo Perez. There you see the starters for Toros. Joshua Lemon working his way into the starting lineup along with Guillermo Navarro, the aforementioned 48-year-old legend Michael Hicks, Alejandro Grant, and Ezequiel Bell. Head coach for Chiriquí, Joshua Chambers, assisted by Alberto Duque and Guillermo Navarro. Gonzalo Perez for Boca, assisted by Emmanuel Quintans and Gianluca Regnardello. Our officials for tonight's contest: Krishna Dominguez of Mexico, Michael Scott of Canada, and Julius Guzman of Puerto Rico. Toros in all black tonight with white numbers. Boca in their signature yellow. Get these guys tangled up, it'll look like a fight among bumblebees.
Let's hope we don't have any tussles.
A fantastic venue. Talked about it last night. That was here a few years ago. This place can really get rocking and rolling. And if Toros de Chiriquí start to get things rolling, being from David, Panama, no doubt the home folks will get behind them. One game already in the books. Kimsa came up with a huge win to get their first win in group play, taking down Bigua 79-66, keeping their hopes to defend their championship alive. If they had lost to Bigua, they would have been eliminated. before even getting to the February window. Off day tomorrow. And then we get underway on Thursday with Group A from Managua. We are underway here in Panama City. And Toros, with the first shot of the game, misses. Franco Giorgetti, the rebound for Boca. Vega tried to get it to Delia underneath. Still 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Now here comes Cuello. His shot off the glass won't go. Rebounded by Hicks. Hicks had a nice game in his first effort back. 14 points, 2 rebounds in 26 minutes. Now to the corner for Grant. A three-pointer short. Vega across the court, and Boca gets the offense set up. Vildosa to the right wing. And now Delia working on Bell. Marcos Delia. Oh, great defense by Bell. Finally, Delia goes to the right hand and misses. Great defense by Ezekiel Bell. Did not buy any of Delia's fakes. Coming up on 90 seconds into the first quarter. No score yet. And here's Hicks. Popped out of bounds by Giorgetti, and Toros will maintain possession with 3 ticks left on the shot clock. Grant to inbound to Bell. Grant gets it off, but misses. Still no score. Vildosa. And now the baseline drive cut off outside to Giorgetti. And now Vega. Here comes Delia out for the screen. He rolls, nothing there. Long three on the way, missed badly. Toros have taken 3 shots, all from 3-point range in this game so far. Now here comes Grant. And now Hicks. Hicks trying to get past Vega, and does. Goes to the right-hand layup off the square and in, and Toros have their first lead. Giorgetti down to Delia. Delia misses, gets his own rebound off the glass and in. Marcos Delia will go to the free throw line to try to complete the 3-point play. That foul is going to be on Ezekiel Bell. So the national team veteran Marcos Delia gets his first point. That was his first free throw in this tournament, and he hits the second. Bell has his pocket picked by Giorgetti, but Lemon gets it back. Hicks now. Beg your pardon, that's Bell. His turnaround in the paint won't go. Vildosa, a little hesitation. The floater from 10 feet. Lemon, no, that's Navarro. Now Hicks for 3. That's good! Michael Hicks puts Toros back on top by 3, 5-2. Hicks was 2 of 6 from 3-point range in the game against Flamengo. It's his first offering here tonight. Bell on the handoff to Lemon. Lemon step back from 18. Front iron no good, but a whistle. And if you haven't had a chance to see Joshua Lemon play, the 20-year-old is a ball of excitement. Comped him to Dwayne Wade the other night as kind of an undersized guy who plays above the rim. This is the first free throw. And now Lemon's got his first point, and the Toros lead 4. Ildosa getting it up to Giorgetti, and now Vega. Cuello gets it back. Shot clock at 5. Delia to Giorgetti for 3. Splash! Franco Giorgetti gets Boca to within 1. Coming into this one, Franco Giorgetti 2 of 14 from three-point range.
It's our theme of the night, guys.
Yeah,
shooting that percentage and still chucking.
Coming into this one, in fact, Andrew, Boca Jr.'s 23 of 81 for 28.4%. Giorgetti was 4 for 14 prior to that shot. I beg your pardon, 2 for 14 prior to that shot. We have another guy, 4 of 14, 0 for 5, 3 for 12, 2 for 11. Now Hicks, and an offensive foul by Michael Hicks. Hicks didn't like the call as Giorgetti hit the deck. And he's having his say.
That's not a great angle on it.
Yeah. But nevertheless, a foul on Hicks. And Boca with a chance for their first lead in this game. Inside 5.5 minutes to play, first quarter. Cuello kicks it out. 3 on the way. Giorgetti misses. Rebound tracked down in the corner by Navarro. Navarro to Bell on the handoff to Lemon. Lemon into the paint, hangs. Ibargüen the rebound. Ibargüen.
I appreciate how the coaches.
Marcos Delia, go ahead.
Just appreciated how the coach is holding the ball hostage to either get the play reviewed or get his defense set up.
Boca ball with 10 left on the shot clock, and Cuello hits from downtown. Boca's got their first lead of the night at 8-6. 4.5 minutes to play in this first quarter. Navarro directing traffic. Giorgetti picks him up. Navarro to Hicks. Shot clock at 4. He shoots from the right elbow, and you think he's made a couple of million of those in his life? That looked like he didn't even need to think about it.
That mid-range automatic.
I think Lemon got a piece of that. Now Navarro to Bell into the corner for Grant for 3. Rolls off. And Vega left side. Cuello for 3 again. Splash! Martin Cuello. Cuello now with 6 on a pair of three-pointers. Boca now by 3. Hicks on the drive. Giorgetti the rebound. Vildosa spins away from Grant. They find a Bargwin underneath, and Bargwin gets fouled. I believe that was Navarro. We get a look at Martin Cuello. Splash. I don't know what the Spanish word is for splash. Might have to look that up.
I'm on it.
Chapoteo? Gotta love Google. Lemon fouled. Now, I think next year Lemon should play for Boca. That way Lemon would get to wear these lemon-colored jerseys.
Aren't they banana-colored jerseys?
Banana, lemon. I'm not sure if Chapoteo or salpicar is the more appropriate word for splash.
I think I like Chapoteo better. You know, if somebody hits a shot, Chapoteo, like that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know the tense or whatever, so I don't know that I would use it without. Want to make sure I'm using it correctly.
Yes. Don't want to disrespect the language. Giorgetti has it near midcourt. Now to Cuello. Back to Giorgetti. Inside to Bargwin. But that was Jaime Lloreda, 44 years old, diving and going onto the floor to knock that away. On the floor for Toros, it's Lemon, Navarro, Lloreda, Hicks, and Grant. For Boca, it's Thomas Cooper, Santiago Scala, Bargwin, Cuello, and Giorgetti. Got to get it in. They did not. Santiago Scala unable to find anybody. And now Toros with a chance to tie this back up or take the lead with a three-pointer. Lloreda working on it. Bargwin fades away. Missed. Couldn't believe he missed it either. Here's Cooper. Saw a good bit of him last night against Flamengo, and he impressed and continues to impress, rattling in that three-pointer. And now Boca by 5, 14-9, with 2:15 to play in this first quarter. Joshua Chambers wants timeout after his team led early, as Keemsa were on life support in the previous game. Toros on life support in this one. Boca leads 14-9. 14-9 in favor of Boca Juniors. Toros jumped out to an early lead. Boca reeled them back in and took the lead. Led by Martin Cuello's 2 3-pointers. He's got 6. Michael Hicks leads all scorers with 7 for Chiriquí. Recuerda, hounded by Ibargüen, dribbles it off his foot and turns it over.
Now, reward the big fellow with a post touch. Let's go.
Whistle away from the ball on Alejandro Grant. See him holding Santiago Scala there. Again, outstanding camera work by our crew. Great job getting us the replay.
You ready for the doppelganger of the evening, Craig?
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
I think Franco Giorgetti is a long-lost Gronkowski. He's a skinny Gronk.
I think I need to get a better look at him. Both free throws good by Scala. Alejandro Grant sits down. Adalberto Rojas comes on for Chiriquí. Navarro. He pops from 17, banks it in after the contact. Toros back to within 4, 1:40 to play first quarter. Cuello to his right. They leave him alone. He shoots the 3 and he makes him pay. Third 3-pointer of the first quarter for Martin Cuello. And Boca on top by 7. Biggest lead of the game now for Boca. Lemon had his shot blocked. Now Hicks shoots it up over Giorgetti, and that is good. Pair of 3-pointers already for Michael Hicks. Or do they just call that a 2? Yeah, they call that a 2. So Hicks with 9 points on 4 of 5 shooting already. I got to figure out what vitamins Michael Hicks is taking.
Right.
What brand of shoes he's wearing. I don't know even what kind of underwear he likes.
And call me ageist, but when you said he'd be playing, I figured, okay, he's going to get some nice back to the basket post-ups, some wide open jump shots. He's made some moves where he faked. Now he's got Giorgetti, maybe a little bit of a mismatch there, but he's made some moves to the basket and gotten around guys, for a layup. And I was like, okay, he's still got some quickness to him.
And a dunk there by Andres Ibargüen. His first 2 points of the game. You know who Michael Hicks reminds me of? With that bald head and that number 23.
Right. Same.
And the way he moves, he reminds me of Wizards MJ.
Right.
Wow, a step back 3 right there from Joshua Lemon. And the first quarter comes to an end. A frenzied pace. The last minute, and Boca Carries a 22-16 lead into the second quarter. Toros 6 of 14 overall, 2 of 6 from three-point land, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Boca Juniors 6 of 16, 5 of 8 from downtown, 5 of 6 from the stripe. Boca leading the rebounding battle early, 10-8. 3 first quarter turnovers for Toros, just 1 for Boca. The individual numbers, Joshua Lemon, 2 points. Guillermo Navarro with 5. That three-pointer that I credited to Lemon went to Navarro. Got 6 and that 8. And their diminutive statures had me mixed up there. And Michael Hicks has 9 for Toros. Guillermo Navarro, by the way, 5 rebounds and 3 assists as well.
That jumper is definitely MJ reminiscent. Look at that. Just, yeah.
I'm telling you. For Boca Juniors, Thomas Cooper with 3. Santiago Scala, 3 points. Marcos Delia with 2. Sebastian Vega, 2 rebounds. Andres Ibargüen, 2 points. Martin Cuello, 9 points. Played all 10 minutes of that first quarter. He also had 4 rebounds. Franco Giorgetti, 3 points, 2 boards. Last game of the night. Kimsa kept their hopes alive earlier by beating Biguá 79-66. Off night tomorrow. And then Thursday, we get on that virtual private jet once again. Thank you. I was waiting for that. To head to Managua in Nicaragua for Group A. Oh, wow! Good grief. Andres Ibargüen. I'm sure we will see that again.
My goodness. I don't know. Viewer discretion advised.
I was just going to say, before they roll that one, hide the women and children. That's just filthy. That three-pointer straight through. Juan Guerrero. Boca now by 9. Biggest lead of the game.
Boca's showing this pressure, but you can't foul. Don't foul in the backcourt like that.
Hicks gets it into Navarro. And now Rojas for 3, that missed. As I was saying before, Andres Ibargüen nearly ripped the roof down. Back Thursday night from Managua as Ibargüen scores again. 7:40 p.m. local time, 8:40 p.m. Eastern in the USA. Real Estelí against Toros del Valle to kick off Group A. Rojas back outside to Navarro. Long three-pointer with the shot clock winding down. Ibargüen could not save it. Nearly took out Julius Guzman in the process. But it's a 13-point lead for Boca. Andrew, Toros got off to a good start. What's happened?
Right, they surprised me a bit with that good start. I think it was more of just a slower start by Boca, because I think what we've seen here in the recent minutes is more what I assume they were capable of. They got the shooting going, everything like that. And we've seen Ibargüen. I still think Cooper has a little more to to offer, but he's a really good player in the sense that he's not going to force his shots. He's going to get what comes to him, and he can definitely make some jumpers get to the rim. Versatile guy. Like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
I think we're replaying that. That looks like a three-pointer to me.
Yeah.
He's
foot clearly behind the line.
Yeah, 2-3 inches of space behind that line.
Yeah, the jab step was what was over the line, but he clearly established his foot back behind the arc. All right, got that all straightened out, and it's Toros ball. Pull-up jumper from the left side won't fall in, and rebound for Boca as they look to extend this 12-point lead, and the reach in on, I believe that was Adalberto Rojas.
Yeah, keep giving Embargo the ball.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody on the floor for Toros right now that can stop Ibargüen, but an offensive foul by Boca.
That's on Embargo's screen right there. Look how far out he is on the screen.
Yeah, he was fine until he extended that arm. So Hicks to inbound.
They're really pressuring right now.
Yeah. Long cross-court pass. Tried for the alley-oop, nothing doing. Out of bounds. As Navarro steps on the sideline. Tried to get that alley-oop to Ezekiel Bell. A little bit too far for Bell on the pass from Armstrong. Tried to throw it through the rim. Toros looking for their biggest lead of the game. I beg your pardon, Boca looking for their biggest lead. They get it into Ibargüen, and Hicks knocks it out of bounds. Actually, they called a foul on Michael Hicks. And so Andres Ibargüen will go to the free throw line. 8 of 13 from the stripe coming into this one. Has not shot a free throw here yet tonight. First free throw for the big Colombian is through. Second as well. So Ibargüen will sit down. Marcos Delia will come back on. Armstrong, hounded by Guerrero. Now he gets it inside to Grant, but Grant can't finish. Gets his own rebound. Third attempt won't go. Rebound finally controlled by Guerrero. Step back jumper was good by Vildosa. His first 2 points on the night. Now Grant steps back, launches the three. That misses. Delia the rebound. Lead is 16. Now into Delia. Can't finish with the right hand, but a whistle. I believe that's going to be on Armstrong. Nope, it was not Armstrong. It was Adalberto Rojas. So Boca have doubled up Toros 34-17 with 6 minutes to play in this second quarter. Ooh. Delia pulls the string on that second one. Toros led the first 2:44 of this game. Since then, it has been all Boca. Tough work by Jaime Lloreda. Cooper feeds Delia. Delia short again. He was looking over to the official, I think. Now Lloreda to Armstrong.
I feel like Cooper's making the right pass in that situation, but I kind of like to just take that jump shot.
Armstrong attacks up over Delia and in. Nice take by Roberto Armstrong. Those are the first 2 points of the game for Armstrong. Behind the back pass from Vega into Guerrero. He's denied. Now Lloreda, spin move off the square and in. What body control by the big man. Inside 4.5 minutes to play now, second quarter. Toros back to within 11. Guerrero gives it up right side. That three is straight through. Jose Vildosa pushes the lead back out to 14. Turnaround jump hook by Rojas. No, but Lloreda's there for the putback. You know what I'm hoping to see in this game, Andrew? Because we never know who's going to be on the roster the next window for Toros. Another three-pointer. I believe that was Vildosa again, and it was. I would like to see Johnny Murillo and Michael Hicks on the floor together for Toros. Johnny Murillo, 16 years old. Michael Hicks, 48. That may be the only time ever in professional basketball history where you have players on the floor on the same team, well, on either team, where one player is 3 times as old as the other. I don't think even LeBron and Bronny.
Yeah, it's only double,
apart.
maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Not even quite double, I don't think.
Boca leading 40-25. A couple of minutes left in the second. Wonderful preview of the Women's America Cup coming up in 2025. Going to be an exciting tournament. Obviously, the Americans the favorite. Canada always strong. Brazil very good. And then you've got teams like Venezuela and Puerto Rico that always play so hard and give you absolutely everything you can handle. Argentina as well. Love watching Argentina play, so well coached. One of my very favorite players ever. Point guard for the women's national team of Argentina, Melissa Greder. I think she's only 5'1", but she is one of the best ball handlers you will ever see. You can't press her, you can't trap her. She will dribble out of it, and if you leave her alone, she will absolutely murder you from outside.
Of course, your favorite player is 5'1", Craig.
Shot clock down to 5. Vildosa gives it up. Cooper and a whistle. And we've got an unsportsmanlike. Now, Delia and Grant get into it. Lloreda wagging a finger at Delia. You know, those two have gone at it quite a bit. See if we can see what happened here. The officials and the other players do a nice job getting in there and pulling everybody apart and settling things down. We had an unsportsmanlike call. Definitely saw that as Delia and Grant were tied up. Did not see what precipitated it or who the unsportsmanlike was on.
Based on Chiriquí's reaction, I believe that was on Delia.
Well, we definitely saw Delia shove Grant after the unsportsmanlike was called. I think that's how I'm remembering it in my mind's eye. So we've got an unsportsmanlike on Marcos Delia, and they're going to look at the video to see what else. So the initial unsportsmanlike was indeed on Delia, as you saw the official hold up the fist and the 2 to signify 12. All right, there's Delia. Kind of leads with the shoulder a little bit, and then with that left arm kind of swipes at Grant. And then Delia with the push after. So Delia, the instigator there, it looks like he led with the shoulder on the initial screen.
This is a good angle here.
There's that shoulder, hard screen, and then the swipe with the hand. You can't really see it there.
I think it's my opinion they called a foul prior to the scuffle. Maybe the foul was right there. If not, we had a chance for there to be.
I think the foul was when Delia swiped with the right arm. There's the elbow, there's the shoulder
right there.
But then, yeah, no question. But then Delia follows it up, and you can't see it from that angle. You'll see it from this angle. There's the shoulder, and then there's the swipe with the left arm, pushing Grant away, and that's what drew the unsportsmanlike. And then Delia shoves Grant after that.
And I think that drew the unsportsmanlike. I think there's 2 fouls here.
No, he was coming in from the back prior to that shove. There's the shove. There's the unsportsmanlike call. Because you see from the other angle, after the initial shoulder bump, they played on for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael Scott with the call, the unsportsmanlike on Marcos Delia. So Grant will shoot the free throws, and Toros will keep the ball. You could even make the argument, Andrew, that Delia may have deserved 2 unsportsmanlikes. The swipe of the arm, and then the shove. Or at least perhaps a technical. The first one could have been called just an offensive foul on the hard screen. Armstrong from 15, short, Delia the rebound. So after all that, Delia comes out of there with just 1 foul. Now Cooper circles it back around, nothing there. Shot clock at 6, he launches the 3. Grant the rebound. Toros trailing by 11. Maybe that'll light a little bit of fire under them. And now we'll whistle away from the ball as Delia and Lloreda were tangled up a little bit. And again, those 2 South American veterans know each other well. Jaime Lloreda, 44 years old. Marcos Delia, 32. Both national team players. Delia for Argentina, Lloreda for Panama. So Lloreda to the free throw line as Delia now has his 2nd foul. So after those 2 fouls, Delia came out. Lloreda misses both free throws. And we have 2 minutes to play in this 2nd quarter. Ibargüen fouled. Ibargüen hits the first. (42-29) with 1:54 left to play in this first half. Navarro back on for Chiriquí. So it's Navarro, Lloreda, Hicks, Grant, and Bell. And for Boca, Thomas Cooper, Jose Vildosa, Ibargüen, Cuello, and Giorgetti. Turnaround by Lloreda, no good. Boy, Andrew, Toros, they've had some good looks. They've just had some shots not go in. 11 of 30 from the floor. 11 of 31 now for 35.5%. Just 3 of 10 from three-point range, but 8 of 21 from two-point range.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to win with that percentage. I think Ureta is being presented a little bit of a problem in the form of a bargain. He's a guy that size-wise stacks up pretty well. So when he tries to play bully ball down there, he's really not bullying in Bargwin.
Yeah, that's a lot of beef between those two fellas.
I'd say 500 pounds total.
Every bit of it. Amilcar Sanchez into the game now for Toros. As we approach 1 minute left in this second quarter, Navarro, not sure if that was tipped, but Michael Hicks there for the cleanup, and Hicks now with 12. Hicks having himself a night, 5 of 6 from the floor. 12 points after he had 14 in his Toros debut against Flamengo 2 nights ago. Nice pass from Thomas Cooper to Gonzalo Perez. The problem is Gonzalo Perez is the coach, and he's standing on the sideline. So a turnover for
shoot
Boca.
That, coach. Don't be that wide open if you're not ready to shoot.
Grant. Navarro around Ureta. Ureta rolls, nothing there. Hicks now, guarded by Giorgetti. Hicks shoots it up over Giorgetti. Tough shot, good defense by Giorgetti. Vildosa holds it up as Ureta helps up Sebastian Vega. That's twice we've seen that tonight, where a player's helped another guy up from the other team while the clock's still going. Step back by Vildosa from 16, and that is good. Jose Vildosa as the second quarter comes to a close. Gets a little bit of separation from Guillermo Navarro. And gives Boca the comfortable lead at 46-31, heading into the locker room at halftime. Boca outscores Toros 24-15 in that second quarter. Chiriquí overall, 12 of 34 from the floor, 35%, 3 of 11 from the arc, 27.3%, 4 of 8 from the free throw line. As we see the Boca Juniors fans making their way all the way down from Argentina up to Panama. Boca Juniors 13 of 26 for 50% from the floor. 8 of 12 from three-point range. 12 of 14 from the free throw line. Refreshing to see a team not named Franca or Flamengo have success from outside. Rebounds about even. Boca leading 19-18. 5 turnovers for Toros, just 4 for Boca. Individually, Joshua Lemon 2 points. Guillermo Navarro 5.6 rebounds, 3 assists. Jaime Ureta 6 points. Roberto Armstrong 4. Michael Hicks 12 points on 5 of 7 shooting. I had him for 14. Alejandro Grant with 2. Grant also with 4 rebounds. For Boca Juniors, Thomas Cooper 3 points. Santiago Scalo with 6. Jose Vildosa A nice half, 12 points on 4 of 5 shooting. 2 of 2 from three-point range. Marcos Delia, 3 points, 3 boards. Andres Ibargüen. Good to see him rolling again. He's got 10 points. Martin Cuello, 9 points, 5 rebounds, and Franco Giorgetti has 3. A good start by Toros, but after the first two minutes and 44 seconds, it was all Boca. Last game of the night. Earlier on, Quimsa defeated Biguá 79-66 to keep their hopes to make the quarterfinals alive and defend their 2023-24 championship. Toros needs a big comeback in this one, as we see the left-hand dunk from Ibargüen earlier on. They're saying Toros, if they're going to have any hope of moving on to the quarters, they need a win here tonight, and they need a big second half comeback. Off tomorrow night, and then Thursday, live from Managua as Group A gets underway. 46-31 the score at halftime. We are back live from Arena Roberto Duran in Panama City with second half action in just a few moments. Welcome in once again to Arena Roberto Duran in Panama City, Panama, for basketball champions League America's matchup in Group B between the juniors of Argentina and the Toros de Chiriquí of Panama. Boca leading 46-31 out of halftime. Alongside Andrew Hunt, my name is Craig Feta. From around the Americas or around the world. Joshua Lemon scoring the first bucket of the second half for Toros de Chiriquí. Boca leading Toros 46-31 coming out of halftime, 46-33 now. Alongside Andrew Hunt, my name is Craig Feta. Thanks so much for joining us wherever you're tuned in from. Around the Americas or around the world. In the USA on FanDuel TV, in South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL Americas YouTube channel and Courtside 1891. Toros led the first almost 3 minutes of this game, but it's been all Boca since then. Alejandro Grant for 3. That missed. And Andrew Hunt. If you're Joshua Chambers, what do you have to do to get back into this one?
I don't know if I have a great answer for you, Craig. You're going to have to stop Boca shooting for sure. They've really come on here in this game. So that would be my number one priority. They've also got to find scoring. So both sides of the ball need improvement in order to get back into this game. Still not an insurmountable task, especially with that basket. Trying to get it less than double digits before the fourth quarter, I'd say, would be a good goal.
Guillermo Navarro first drawing the foul and then going to the deck after that bucket, trying to draw another one. You can see on the replay that Navarro came out of there holding his head, but there was no contact to his head from Giorgetti. Still a foul, but no contact to his head. Rebound tapped back to Ibargüen. Now here's Cuello to Ibargüen. Ibargüen hangs, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back up, missed. Now here's Lemon attacking. Has his shot blocked by Vega. And then the putback is in by Grant. Well, here we are. We're at 9 points now, 46-37. Let's see if Chiriquí can continue to chip into this Boca lead. Three-pointer on the way from Vildosa. That rattles out. Ibargüen rips the rebound out of there. Giorgetti has it stolen away by Grant on his way to the rack. Grant now on the attack. Finger roll won't go. Lemon nearly stole the rebound. Got ourselves a little bit of a track meet here now. Cuello for 3. That missed. Now Hicks throws it up ahead to Navarro. Spins his way into the paint. Gets it rejected by Vega. End-to-end action.
Whew.
Vega actually didn't get a piece of that. So no block for Vega. Now Navarro gives it up to Hicks for 3. Too strong. Lloret to the rebound, takes it right back up and scores. And Gonzalo Perez wants timeout as Toros have cut the lead to 7. An 8-0 run to start this third quarter for Toros de Chiriquí. And Gonzalo Perez wants to talk it over. Sit the boys down and say, hey, guys, you know the second half started, right?
There's our answer for needing more points. We've got that solved.
Toros back to with an 8. 7, rather. Back in a moment.
Fire, you get burned. All of my struggles became lessons well learned. I got his eyes, they keep me grounded, that's for sure. Cause one day we gon' make it out this earth. Where's your worth?
I'm sick of your talking, you got the wrong one. I'm taking your king and I leave him broken. If I am in second, it's after no one. Just give me a second to let him know. I'm the headline, the deadline. Big time. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. Big time. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
(46-39). Chiriquí with an 8-0 burst to start off this third quarter to get the lead down to 7 as they fight for their BCL America's life. A loss tonight, and they are eliminated from contention to get into the quarterfinals in March. Vega driving left side. And now Giorgetti with the right hand. I guess I can see a little Gronk in Giorgetti. I guess I see a little bit more Gronk in him than the other comp to Tim Duncan.
I would say he's more Gronk-like than that coach was of Tim Duncan.
I think the only similarity that coach had to Tim Duncan is that they were both men. Cuello with the floater. Martin Cuello now with 11 points. Lemon can't save it in, and it'll be Boca ball.
I feel like the second half we've seen a lot of contact that hasn't really been called. Pretty even, so I mean it's not like one team's coming in contact with the other more often, but
Armstrong. Shot clock at 5. Here's Grant trying to shake Vega. Vega blocked it, but a foul called. We're talking about player comps. And I compared Hicks to Washington Wizards MJ. The other thing that reminds me of him at that age, Hicks, of course, being 48 years old, is that you don't see a lot of extraneous movement. Very efficient in how they move. Almost seems like never a wrong step, never a being in the wrong place. You save energy that way.
And it was a wake-up call for me. The first time I had any interaction with a professional team, we were running sprints, and I'm used to just running all out. You got to run, you got 20 seconds and you can make it in 14, you got to make it in 14. And I've got a vet who's playing probably his last year at that time.
Grant with the breakaway and the layup. Go ahead.
But every time I notice, it's like, man, you come in right at the whistle. And I'm like, he's faster than I am. And he goes, yeah. He's like, I'm not going to run any faster. I got to make it. So that was a wake-up call for me. I was like, oh, okay. So you just he was a starting player. So it's like, he's like, what do I got to do out here? I said, fair enough.
Here we get a look at Grant's fast break layup. And Toros back to within 7. But a Bargwin to the free throw line. He's 4 of 4 from the stripe tonight, make it 5 of 5. And of course, once I point out he's 5 of 5, he promptly misses.
Can't believe you
Armstrong
did that, Craig.
accelerates into the paint. Nobody to give it to, though. And now at Bargwin at the other end. Big man running the floor. He's got 13. Armstrong throws it back out. Hicks now with 5 on the shot clock. He just made that look so easy. Didn't finish, but made it look easy. Created something out of nothing at all. Armstrong the offensive rebound. Navarro begging for the ball in the corner. Hicks takes it himself and gets the right-hand layup. Now, Guillermo Navarro begging for that ball outside the three-point arc. Navarro in this game 1 for 4 from three-point range. Coming into this game 1 for 9. If you're 2 for 13, they're probably not going to throw it to you.
He's open, coach.
Scala hits the 3 at the other end to get the lead back to 11. Especially not when you can get Michael Hicks dry for an easy layup. There's Navarro in the corner again. Look at him. They're not paying any attention to him. Hicks out to Armstrong. Navarro saying, give me the ball. Instead, they get it inside to Bell, and he goes up and jams it with the right hand. Outside to Cuello. Cuello has it stolen. Here comes Armstrong in the teeth of the defense. Tipped out of bounds. That's going to stay with Toros. Do you think that was intentional, that Boca were leaving Guillermo Navarro that wide open?
I don't know what their scouting report is. I think that was just how the defense, the one where he was wide open a couple plays ago, that was just a fast break situation. The other one, he wasn't that open. His defender was in help side position, 1 or 2 steps away, more than 1 step, but so they know he's there.
So the officials going to the replay to see who this went off out of. My initial thought that it was Toros ball. Oh, that went off of Hicks. That's going to be Boca ball, right?
That's what I'm seeing there. I don't even see a Boca player touch it. The speed in which they came back from the monitor makes me think they feel the same way.
Yeah, Krishna Dominguez and Luis Guzman did not spend a lot of time looking at that one. Again, excellent work by our camera crew and our production staff, showing the angles. Well, Toros hanging around that 10-point mark, Andrew, that you were wanting them to get down to. They got it down to 7 a couple times. Now Cooper for 3. Rebounded by Bell.
Actually, I wanted to
3 minutes to play.
Sorry, I was saying I wanted to amend that. I want to cut that lead in half. So it was 12-13. We want 6-7 point.
It was 15 at halftime. So if you get it down to 7.5.
Yep. 6 or 7 points is what I'm looking for.
Delia tries to throw it out, but it's intercepted by Navarro. Now Hicks into the corner. Armstrong. Navarro. Back outside to Bell for 3. Wide left. Cuello. 2:20 to play third quarter. Cuello driving. Hits the floater from 14 feet. Tough shot by Martin Cuello. And it's back to 11. Cuello now 13 points and 8 rebounds. Solid game for the 31-year-old veteran. can't remember if Cuello's been on the national team. I know I've seen him in plenty of games over the years. I just can't remember if I've seen him on the senior men's team. How about some of the guys that have been on the Argentine team over the years, in the past 10 years especially? The legend Luis Scola, Andres Nocioni. Here comes Cooper. Cooper goes up and stuffs it with the right hand. Facundo Campazzo. Nicolo Laprovitola. Marcos Delia, Gabriel Deck. In recent years, I remember when Gabriel Deck was on the national team as a 17, 18-year-old player. Now he is one of the leaders on that team. Cuello thought about the three, got it over to Giorgetti, and now gets it back. And a whistle away from the ball as Delia again involved in physical play, this time with Adalberto Rojas. There's a look at Air Cooper. Flew the coop, you might say. Cuello takes it himself all the way and lays it in. Nice attack by Martin Cuello. 15 points now for Cuello to go along with 9 rebounds. Chiriquí's got to get something working toward the bucket. Shot clock at 5. Lloreda working on Delia. And Lloreda travels. 30 seconds to play in this third quarter. Boca has spread it back out to 15 points. Toros cut it down to 7 a couple of times. And now Boca can take their biggest lead of the game on this possession. Rather, they can tie their biggest lead of the game at 17, but they turn it over. Here comes Amilcar Sanchez, and a foul before the shot. Game clock at 5. Lob inside to Lloreda. Tied up by Giorgetti. Definitely kind of got a Gronk nose. So the foul on Giorgetti. And Lloreda to the free throw line. 0 for 2, now 1 for 3. Just over 6/10 of a second left in this third quarter. The big man hits them both. And we go to the fourth. With Boca Juniors on top by the score of 62-49. Chiriquí actually outscored Boca Juniors in that third quarter, 18-16. 19 of 52 overall for Joshua Chambers' team. 36.5%. 3 of 15 from three-point range. 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Boca Juniors 20 of 41 overall. 48.8%. 9 of 17 from three. 52.9%. 13 of 16 from the free throw line. Boca Juniors, 29 rebounds to 28 for Toros. 11 turnovers for Chiriquí, 12 for Boca. Individually, as we look at the highlights, Joshua Lemon, 4 points in a starting role tonight. Guillermo Navarro, 7 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Jaime Lloreda, 10 points, 4 rebounds. Roberto Armstrong, 4 points. Michael Hicks, he had 14 in his first game the other night against Flamengo. He's got 14 so far tonight, to go along with 4 rebounds. Alejandro Grant, 8 points, 5 boards, and Ezekiel Bell, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Should also mention that Alejandro Grant has 3 steals. For Boca Juniors, Thomas Cooper, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Santiago Scala, 9 points. Jose Vildosa, 12. Marcos Delia, 3 points. Sebastian Vega, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Andres Ibargüen, 13 points. Martin Cuello, 15 points on 6 of 11 shooting, 9 rebounds. Franco Giorgetti, 5 points, 4 rebounds. So Martin Cuello, 1 rebound away from a double-double. No one else really close. Vildosa over to Cooper, and Cooper's foot on the sideline, and a turnover for Boca on their first offensive possession of the fourth quarter. Alongside Andrew Hunt, my name is Craig Fada. Thanks so much for joining us wherever you're tuned in from, around the Americas or around the world. In South America, watching on DirecTV. In the USA on FanDuel TV, as that three-pointer goes straight through, and the lead is down to 10. Hey, Guillermo Navarro says, I can shoot that. Maybe next time he's that wide open, they'll throw it to him.
I told you. Told you I was open.
Vildosa fades away. Won't go. We're on FanDuel TV in the USA and around the rest of the world on the BCL Americas YouTube channel and Courtside 1891. Oh, they tried to get that in, I believe, to Hicks. 2 defenders around there, though. Now a 3 from the corner. That's good. Santiago Scala, one of those guys we talked about. He was 5 of 15 from three-point range. Now he's 3 of 3 tonight. Vildosa, fans wanted him to shoot it. I think Vildosa thought about it and then realized, I've thought about this way too much, after he stepped back. But Franco Giorgetti ends up with the easy bucket. And Toros take time out before this gets too far away. The lead back to 15 points, 67-52. looking forward to the Women's America Cup. Santiago, Chile this year. Just throwing it out there. I'm available. My passport's good.
Let me take a look. Let me see. No.
Yeah. I beg your pardon, Lloreda with the left hand. I'll tell you what, though, in working these events for FIBA, it's great to be there in person. I think it adds something to the game for the broadcaster, but doing the games remotely like we do them, you don't lose a lot. And you can do so many more events, especially if you have other responsibilities, other obligations. You don't have to spend 2 weeks away. Take care of your obligations during the day. Do the games at night like we do.
Kind of like superheroes, really. Think about it.
And you can work so many more events that way.
That's the big thing I like.
Yeah. Back 8 years ago, I was only able to do 2 events a year, maybe 3. Like in 2015, I did 3 events. Well, 4, I guess. The Caribbean Basketball Confederation men's and women's back-to-back in the British Virgin Islands. So I guess that was 2 events. And then the women's FIBA Americas Championship in Edmonton, and then the men's in Mexico City in the space of 2 months. But I do not have the kind of availability like I did back then when our professional team was in the off season. So it's great to be able to work 5, 6, 7, 8 events in a year now. You do U17, U18, U19 World Cups from Europe, Africa. Have not done any African events yet. Done several junior team World Cups. Now 3x3 is becoming big. Did the 3x3 America Cup from Miami a couple years ago virtually. Did a 3x3 Olympic qualifier somewhere in Europe last year. All from the comfort of my own home. Vildosa, his 3 won't go, but a whistle. So grateful for all these opportunities to see such high-level basketball. And Andrew, I don't know how much you watched the international game prior to getting involved in broadcasting, but I much prefer the international game to the NBA and even college. Jose Vildosa for 3. Especially when you have players representing their countries. Doesn't matter if they're up 20 or down 20 in the fourth quarter. They go hard. Hicks with the steal after the bucket, and he misses the finger roll, gets it back and puts it in.
He's right to say he got a little shove there, too.
Yeah. Lead is down to 16. Hicks now with 16. And a foul on Armstrong and the bucket. Armstrong saying, where's the clear out by Cooper? But I thought there was a bump prior to the initial, or rather the actual foul call. You kind of see what Armstrong was talking about there. Cooper completes the three-point play. He's got 8 points now, along with 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And we talked about Cooper last night against Flamengo. Of course, Flamengo blew out Boca Juniors, but talked about how much we liked Thomas Cooper's game. And now the Boca fans here in Panama City starting to celebrate a little bit.
Yeah, I'm even more a fan of Cooper's game after tonight.
Jose Vildosa sits down with 5 minutes to play in this one. Oh, a nice little floater there. Guillermo Navarro. And Andrew, it's a little bit of a shame that you couldn't have been on some of the trips to South America for these tournaments, because the food, just unbelievable.
Ooh, I do like to eat.
We had about a we had about a 7-course barbecue dinner at one of the local organizing committee's homes as Hicks hits from 3 after the games one night, and he had a brick barbecue inside his house, and he was cooking the meat over charcoal, and every time he finished a meat course, he'd serve it and we'd pass it around. It was just amazing. Fabulous restaurants in Buenos Aires. The empanadas and arepas. And I'm trying to think of the one dish that I had. It was at a restaurant called Siga La Vaca in Buenos Aires, where it's just basically a giant meat buffet. Every cut of meat you can possibly imagine being barbecued over coals. Pork and beef. And you just walk up and point at what you wanted. And I'm sure it's going to come to me the instant that we go off air tonight.
Feels like a song lyric or something. I could probably help out. I don't know.
78-61 with 3:50 to play in the fourth quarter. Boca just minutes away from punching their ticket into the quarters and eliminating Toros de Chiriquí. And a foul on the drive by Cooper. Second free throw in. And a timeout on the floor with 3.5 minutes to play. We'll take a breather too, as Boca running away with this one. You look at Marcos Delia and Thomas Cooper for Boca Juniors. And I remembered the cut of meat I was talking about. Mollejas. I'm not sure what part of the cow it was. But I remember that all of my South American friends thought I was very brave to try it. I didn't know what it was when I pointed at it. And they put it on my plate, and I brought it back, and they all said, "Oh, mollejas." I said, "Okay." And Delia held before he could go up with that one. I guess it's kind of like the gizzard in a chicken, but this was not from a chicken. I don't know if cows have gizzards. I don't think they do. So I guess it had to be chicken. I won't go into detail what it was like.
Well, I mean, they say everything tastes like chicken, so even if it wasn't, you know.
Good point. Although I guess it would be best described as kind of like if you have a ribeye that's got, you know, a band of fat on the outer edge of it.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if you took that edge of fat and like kind of almost deep fried it a little bit, or kind of somehow almost caramelized it or solidified it on the outside so that it had a darker appearance to it. They almost look like little pork medallions with some texture to it.
Sounds like candied meats.
Our friends in production are probably listening to us thinking, what on earth is this person talking about? But yes,
that or
I ate
finding
mollejas.
a takeout menu.
Right. But when you have a 20-point blowout, find some interesting things to discuss as Jaime Lloreda gets 2 more points. He's got 14 points and 5 rebounds now.
My favorite blowout story ever was I was talking about the lunch I was provided at a football game, and I got a corner brownie, and I was very excited. And the guy producing, this is for a radio station, so the production manager was like texting me, he's like, "What are you talking about, corner brownie?" And I was like, "It's the best one. It has 2 edges. It's next to the pan, the chewy. It's very chewy." He's like, "I've never heard of this." I was like, "You never heard of the corner brownie? Like that's the one." And I think I saw some invention where they were basically trying to make every brownie in the pan. They put some,
Oh, yeah.
it looks like an ice cube tray.
Yeah, a metal,
So,
metal grid.
so all the brownies are. I don't
had 4
know how
edges.
well that's sold. I did not buy one, but I was like, sure, seems like a great idea. And now I want a brownie.
Well, you'll be able to get one in a few minutes, partner. As for me, I'm going to get some tea and soothe this voice of mine. Second free throw by Giorgetti misses.
Soothe the voice that soothes. Skinny grounds.
So Giorgetti hits 2 out of 3. Floater won't go for Navarro. Giorgetti. And Boca will run some time here. Delia on the handoff to Guerrero. Back out to Delia. Shoots from 14 feet, no good. Inside of a minute now. Navarro takes it all the way himself, kicks it out. Beg your pardon, kicked it out to Navarro. That was Armstrong on the drive. Grant the rebound. Lloreda has it stolen. About a 1.5 seconds difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Thomas Cooper just looks up and dribbles it. And the players start to exchange their post-game greetings while the clock continues down. And they do not call the shot clock violation as Toros concede. 83-63 the final. As Boca outscores Toros 21-14 in that fourth quarter. So with the win, Boca advances to the quarterfinals, regardless of what happens in the February window. And Toros de Chiriquí, in their first outing in Basketball Champions League Americas play, will not advance to the quarters, but perhaps they can get a win in the February window. Boca did not advance out of the group phase last year. They went 2-4 in group play. But this year they are on to the quarters. Let's look at the numbers on this one as Boca poses. For their post-game celebratory pictures as they move on. For Toros de Chiriquí, 25 of 68, 36.8% overall, 5 of 21 from the arc, 23.8%, and 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Boca, 25 of 52 overall, 48%, as Andres Ibargüen celebrates with the Boca fans that made the trip up from Argentina. Boca 25 of 52 overall for 48%, 11 of 22 for 50% from three-point range, 22 of 30 from the free throw line. Boca wins the rebound battle 41-34. 14 turnovers for Toros, 16 for Boca. Individually for Chiriquí, Joshua Lemon, 4 points, getting the start tonight. Guillermo Navarro, 12 points, 8 rebounds. Jaime Lloreda, 14 points, 5 rebounds. Roberto Armstrong, 4 points, 6 assists. Michael Hicks, 19 points in just under 31 minutes, 8 of 13 overall, 3 of 4 from three-point range. He also had 5 rebounds. 48 years old, Michael Hicks. Wow. Alejandro Grant, 8.6 boards. Ezekiel Bell, 2 points, 4 rebounds. For Boca Juniors, Thomas Cooper continues to impress. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Juan Guerrero, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Santiago Scala, 12 points, 3 assists. Jose Vildosa, 15 points, 3 boards, 3 dimes. Marcos Delia, 6 points, 5 rebounds. Sebastian Vega, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocked shots. Andres Ibargüen, 13 points, 3 rebounds. Martin Cuello finished with 15 points. Did not get the double-double, finished with 9 rebounds. Franco Giorgetti, 9 points, 5 boards. Again, the final score. Toros de Chiriquí fall to Boca Juniors 83-63, and they are eliminated from advancing. Boca Juniors punch their ticket back into the quarterfinals after not getting out of the group phase last year. Off night tomorrow, and then on Thursday, we come to you from Managua in Nicaragua as Real Estelí hosts Toros del Valle. We will have that for you at 7:40 p.m. local time, 8:40 p.m. Eastern time in the U.S. Again, the final score, 83-63. Boca moves on. For my partner, Andrew Hunt, my name is Craig Feda, saying thanks for watching and so long for now.